Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Omni Plays Rogue Legacy, or Omni Legacy. I wasn't joking at the end of the last video where I said I might just run and play it again. I did quit to the title screen so I could get my standard intro, and I will once again go over who we have for those who either weren't watching last episode or who have waited between watching episodes. We have Sir Cellar. He is a Lich King, which means that his special is HP conversion. He can convert half his health into max mana, but also his kills are converted into max HP, which can be really, really nice. Now, I've got some pretty standard runes. I'll be increasing my gold drop by 40%, which means every coin is going to give me 14 instead of the normal 10. And that's pretty much it at this point. So let's just get into it. I'm pretty sure that I can use Sir Cellar to defeat Alexander, the boss of the forest, because he does a lot of AoE damage, which is exactly what we need. Now, I am going to try to farm the castle again. As tempting as it is to just try and bum rush, the problem lies... See, watch. Look at all those crows. And look at how much HP I picked up. The problem lies in the fact that Lich Kings do need some time to get going. They're very, very good, but they don't have any improved, they don't have anything special about them in terms of regaining mana or HP. All it is max, which means that as you use it, it goes away. Now, luckily, Sir Cellar has some OCD that he is going to kindly use to our advantage, because he will get mana as we break stuff. Which means that every few rooms I can just easy clear it using my Crowstorm. Unfortunately, I have so little health right now. And I am going to have to watch myself for when my max HP stops increasing. It won't tell me that I'm at max HP, you'll just stop seeing the plus max HP. I don't like this area, so Crowstorm. And Crowstorm is tending to one-shot pretty much everything. Now, what is that shooting that? That's one of those. Man, I one-shot it with my sword. We're still in a pretty weak part of the castle right now. Luckily, my vampirism is going to come in really handy, because I'll be able to... Look at that, just watch all the stuff die. Granted, it's not killing everything, but it's doing a good chunk of damage. I think I saw my max HP go up. I didn't... A crow is still flying. It actually is kind enough to also kind of give you some leniency on where the edge of the screen is, because it says that it only hits stuff on screen. But they kind of lie a little bit. They're hitting a little bit more than that, which is actually significantly more than that. But I'm slowly picking up mana, just from breaking stuff, which I'm picking up gold from too, so there's really no downside to breaking everything in a room. Sure, I'd like some mana. So we've already found this should be the Maya. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. There's nothing else in this room, so I'm just going to head back down. Now, Lich Kings aren't good against... Well, I shouldn't say that Lich Kings aren't good versus stuff. It's very dependent on... Oh, that's right, I have to be small for this one. Oh my, that was close. A Lich King with... Oh, that was interesting. A Lich King with Crowstorm is not good versus single targets, so I'm going to avoid mini-boss rooms like the plague, because there's only one target, and it's going to cost me over half my mana just to hit it once for 40 damage, which is not worth the spell. Most other stuff... Now we're just going to do this again. I'm going to have a bunch of paintings flying at me, because that's not enough damage to kill the paintings. So my health has still been increasing. It's just something that you have to watch, because if you want to get max... If you want to get the max benefit that you can. Because you can end up with a lot of health and a lot of max mana, which will be really, really useful. So, journal entry number 6. I have never liked the dark. I prefer to meet my enemies on an open field in plain sight, but now I find myself braving these darkened gallows with one gauntlet outstretched, the other by my hilt. I can never tell what horror lies beyond each corner. I am the greatest swordsman in all the lands, yet even I am having trouble keeping these demons at bay. My siblings should be grateful that I rushed ahead of them. For them, it was a blessing in disguise. They would not have the fortitude to survive these horrors. Yeah, this guy's kind of pompous. He's kind of a dick, but he's gonna be what he's gonna be. All right, well, we find the boss. I'm tempted to give this a shot, just because maybe one of these days I'll actually succeed. I still haven't figured out this fight. Like, if I start over here, like, I can't avoid those damn tears. I know that I'm supposed to be... Yeah. Yeah, I know that I'm supposed to be using my spells to my advantage, but I'm just so fragile. So much glass cannon. There's just so many red tears there. It's also a very good indication of how many things are in the room when you launch the crows. You can just be like, wow, this room was definitely well worth using the crows. Just because, you know, there were like 30 enemies in here. I believe there is a maximum number of crows that will fire, but it's a lot. And I think the reason I know there's a max number is because of the fight with Alexander. Now, I only used my crows in this room because I didn't think that I could actually get to any of the enemies to kill them. And it's gonna turn out okay, because I get some mana there. Oh no, we don't want to go there. I'm gonna save that health. If I get low, hopefully I will remember that I left that there. Yeah, I suppose. Ah, yes. This room. This is probably the real reason why I like using my second jump to center myself. Oh! That was really, really dangerous. I didn't think I would make it. Retaliation rune. It's not a rune I want, but my chance of getting a rune that I do want now out of the next fairy chest is significantly higher. Okay. Unfortunately, I took some damage there, but I'm recovering it pretty fast with my vampirism, so I'm not all that worried. I am actually yawning quite a bit. It's pretty late right now. I really should have just gone to bed. Oh man. So let's let that lie. This is an interesting room. Just water because... Ha! I actually can dodge that. I'm short. I'm used to having gigantism, which is definitely not a good thing in many, many cases. It does give you the advantage of reach, but when you gotta fit into some small places, like I would have had that one rune in that fairy chest had I not been a giant. But hey, it kind of comes with the territory. In every castle, in every level, every single time you go back through this place, you're going to find I have been killing things and my health has not been increasing and I have not been paying attention. Alright, well that means that I'm going to hit Y, and I converted my max HP into max health. So now my max HP into max mana. So now I have a maximum of 177 mana, which means that I can use my Crowstorm 4 times in this fight. Journal entry number 7. It is still night. Past every window stares back the same melancholic moon. But I swear I have been here for at least a whole waking day. It must be the adrenaline. I have never felt so powerful yet simultaneously challenged. It is exhilarating to charge through these rooms, cutting down enemy after enemy. In some ways, the foes in this castle feel tailored to me, training me, guiding me, watching me. This may sound crazy, but if this castle can somehow sense those within it, I fear it may hold malicious intent as well. If my assumptions are correct, the design of these halls could be a ploy, culling me further into a trap. I must stay alert. Is it getting a little paranoid? I can't lie, I probably would be too. Yeah, we do still have some rooms that we can get to. I'd like to just full clear this castle as much as I possibly can. I can get up there. I'm gonna crow storm here just because there are some enemies that I'm not gonna be able to get to. Yeah, I gotta make those guys pop out of the ground. I'll be able to kill these guys. But it's worth the mana to kill everything in the room. Besides, I will get most of this mana back. Unfortunately, I do not have any siphon runes, which would be really nice to have. Siphon runes are the opposite of vampirisms in that it gives you mana when you get a kill instead of health. Which means that if you kill enough stuff, you eventually can use Crowstorm again. Not much in this room, but stuff to break, so mana back. My health is increased. I'm almost there again. I'm pretty sure you can transform your health into mana 2.5 times? This is going to be a mini boss room, isn't it? No! Bullet Odyssey. Development time 3.5 months, release date November 29th, 2011. Bullet Odyssey was our very last game prior to working on Rogue Legacy, being a bullet hell that was based on rhythm and beat charts. Bullet Odyssey was the most technically challenging game we had ever worked on. Yes, even more so than Rogue Legacy. Just to create a stage required 3 editors running in unison. Development for this game was a little non-traditional as a lot of pre-planning was required to make sure everything clicked. Being heavy advocates against the documentation, this didn't settle well with us, so we had to talk out the whole game for like half a day. The game had a player absorbing enemy bullets in order to fire them back, and absorption happened on a beat which matched the song being played. Initial playtests were disastrous as the game was too hard and people became incredibly frustrated in the very first minute. By playtests, we mean one dude who doesn't even like bullet hells, but that's larger than our usual test pool. The game didn't perform very well when it released. That gave us the confidence to make Rogue Legacy. So, I really enjoy these rooms because you can really get a sense of the tone of the authors. Like, you really can. Like, you can just kind of hear the slight frustration with it mixed with the sense of humor that they have. Which I find that enjoyable. It adds a lot of character to the game. Even if that character is more to the developers, it kind of gives you a little bit more of the motivation behind their creation, which I think that's really cool. I'm just a nerd, but you know, I find that really entertaining. It was actually even enjoyable to read that aloud to you. Kind of take on that persona a little bit. Well, you're one thing of max health. That was a little weird what happened right there. Let's see, pretty much explored everything in the castle. So I guess that means it's time to check out the forest. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the starting room and teleport to the edge. And there. Off to the forest. Oh man, that didn't kill the skeletons. Well, I call it worth it. Really, it didn't kill this one? I don't want to waste another crow storm on one skeleton. My health did go up to 211. Interesting. I gotta keep an eye on it now. I did not go above 214, so I will convert my health again. Silly archer. You have to actually shoot at me. Eventually it will tell me that it cannot convert. I'm crowstorming this. There's just too much going on in this room. I'm already back up to 150. I'm getting 1 mana for everything that I'm destroying. Okay, so... Oh, I managed to one-shot that. Last time it took 2 hits and I was on a stronger character. Whatever, I'm okay with it. Basically, the second I convert... Hey, look! Defeat all enemies, you say. Another reason why... Oh, that's a siphon rune for the sword. Ooh. Okay. I definitely want a siphon rune, but I'm pretty sure my sword is my double jump, which proves invaluable. It's not always the most useful, but when you need it, it's super useful. So it's kind of hit and miss. Very much, you know, don't miss it till it's gone. Oh my gosh. Well, I did it. So, yeah, Vault Rune. Let's see if I can... Yep, nice. That was definitely just practice platforming. Once you get used to the physics, you might be able to pull that off. As you saw in my last run, even when you're decent at the physics, it doesn't always work. Now, one of these days, I'm going to get... Yep. Damn it. Hedgehog's Curse. Okay. This is very unfortunate. So, for those of you who have played Sonic games, you might be able to call what this is, and hopefully I won't ever have to show you. Yep. Well, there you go. Luckily, you always end up with the same amount of money, assuming you pick it all back up. But yeah, when Sonic the Hedgehog gets hit, he always spurts coins. He just starts leaking them. Which means that with the Hedgehog's Curse, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And it means that rooms that I decide to abandon are going to be very expensive for me. Because I don't remember if it's a percentage or if it's a static amount that you drop, but it's still a lot. I mean, we'll just keep an eye on my gold as we go. I'm sure it'll be easier for you guys to rewind YouTube video in comparison to me trying to remember, while also trying to not get hit so as to not have to find out. Alright, well, we found the boss. I'm almost at max health. And by almost at max health, I mean, basically here I have to commit to staying and killing everything in the room, or commit to losing money. Which is... I mean, it's bad either way. If you're not ready for that fight, it's gonna hurt. And it's gonna... Oh, jeez, you're kidding me, right? Much as oh... I don't like using that much mana, but I don't have much choice if I wanted all that gold back. I feel like I did actually lose some net gold there. I'm not sure anymore. I am losing health, and I did kill stuff and not get maximum health, so I convert. Alright, so I've actually reached the maximum that I can convert right now, which means that I'm actually going to go to the boss, like, right now. The second I am full health and full mana, I'm going straight for the boss. Because that is the optimal fighting condition. The longer that I stay out and about, the greater chance I am of taking a lot of damage. Now, I also have to try and stop myself from taking any damage or using any crow storms, or it's just going to take longer. You're going to be able to fire through that wall. Haha, knock you back. Luckily, it's kind enough to give me that little circle that says, you're about to get hit by this. Just high enough. I'm still only at half mana, which, yeah, I don't want to be in this room. I'm going to take so much damage and lose so many coins. As much as I don't want to, I may just have to abandon... I did not want to have to do that, but I'm going to lose so much health otherwise. Oh my gosh, that hit my toe. Yeah, that was definitely frustrating. Now this room has a lot of stuff for me to break. I just need mana. Basically, the boss fight is gonna go as such. I'm going to run at him. I'm going to try and hit him as much as I can with my sword. And then he's going to hit me a bunch, I'm going to drop crap tons of coins, and I'm either going to kill him and then recollect all my coins, or I'm going to die with no money. I knew I was pushing my luck. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically now I'm committed to this room, unless I want to lose money. Damn you, Curse of Hedgehog. Well, I managed to pick it all up, so let's leave. I hate you so much. Curse of Hedgehog is... It's so bad that it makes me want to not play those, and there's no way that you can get rid of it unless you find another shrine. And those shrines, usually you only get one per run. Well, on the positive side, I have most of my mana back. Journal entry number 8. From the number of dead adventurers I have passed in these halls, I have come to the following conclusions. 1. Many did not take enough provisions with them. I assume many died of hunger. I myself am running low and will have to find more supplies. Many are missing clothes, which explains the pant-wearing zombies. No one has made it far as I, since I haven't passed any corpses in over an hour. So, our snooty little prince thinks he's the best. I do still have some forest to explore. I know that I can go back to that one teleport that I left some health at. Okay. Nice. Got a plant here. And... oh. There's stuff at the end of this, too. Okay, they're firing at me. Okay. I got the pattern down and managed... oh, sweet Jesus. Oh my gosh. That was so unfortunate. Those are like the worst enemies ever. They two-shot me. I did get into Ridiculous Row, but I did not get to fight the boss. That is so disappointing. Oh, that's crushing. And that room didn't have good enough rewards in there either, and I lost a lot of money dying too. Oh, Sir Cellar, I'm so sorry. We might as well choose our next heir. Let's see. Now, I might Lich Queen, though. Just because the spheres aren't bad. If I can be close enough to Alexander that these just pummel him, it won't be bad. She's stereo blind. Spell Thief. Hit enemies to restore mana. I'm gonna take Sir Teddy. Why not? And actually, I'm going to, with the money that I have, upgrade my Spell Thief, so he's no longer going to be just a Spell Thief, he's going to be a Spell Sword. Which means I can press Y to cast Empowered Spells. Turn your Spell Thieves into Spell Swords and grant yourself the power of summoning empowered spells. You call that an axe? This is an axe. Indeed it is. Now, this one increases your invulnerability time. So if you'd hit, you know, most games give you a small window of invulnerability. That actually increases it, which is pretty nice. Mana cost down. This would also be very, very nice. In fact, I can get this, so I am going to. Randomize children. This is probably what I will take next, once I have that much money. It gives me a chance to re-randomize my children, so if I'm looking for a specific class, I won't have as much trouble finding it, because I'll have one chance of just re-rolling everything. Which is really, really good. But it's also very expensive to match. Now, I've got 1,200 gold here. I'm thinking about getting that cape. Oh, I found that siphon rune. What would I be giving up? Oh no, I don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. So that's my sprint rune, my dash. I call it a dash, but it's really a sprint rune. Oh, I've got one for both, but I don't have either a double jump or a dash for any of the others. That's the retaliation. When I get hit, I do deal damage back. I don't want to give up either of those is the problem. It's unfortunate. Yeah, there was something that cost 500 here that I was curious to buy. What would a silver helm? Maybe that's what I was thinking about. I don't think any of the other ones are worth it. Yeah, I don't think any of these are worth doing. The silver helm would be nice, but it's only like 5 extra mana and 10 extra health. I should probably start investing in more armor. Just for the sheer fact that... Yeah, I can swing that. Or can I? I don't think anything else here is under 500. So if I get the armor, I'm gonna leave myself at... No, 580. Right? Yeah, but this is gonna go up at 10 when I buy something else, so it'll be at 590. 590 plus 680, 1270. Once again, 5 gold short. If I hadn't picked up that stupid Sonic Talisman. I appreciate the reference, but I hate that item so much. Your chances of getting it aren't that great, but when you get it, it kind of hurts that run really, really badly. So I'm really only going to get to buy one more thing. Well, that's not entirely true. I could probably afford 2 mana ups. Or I could increase my crit damage. Let's just increase mana. Let's double check and make sure Yeah, 5 gold. Twice in a row. 5 gold. Yeah, I think that just means we take mana twice. But yeah, so now if I just cast using B, 37 damage. If I cast using Y, 74 damage. Unfortunately, it also costs twice as much. Now, for some reason, my health is messed up. And by hitting enemies, I will gain mana back. I think that's just this hitting enemies. That's a fun sound. Not the enemy getting hit, but my sword slash. It's the spell-empowered sword. Alright, well, we'll call this that. We'll call it for this run. Unfortunately, I did not have my chance to defeat Alexander, but perhaps this is what I need. It will hopefully deal with most of those pesky skulls, and hopefully I will be able to take Alexander out with it as well. But we'll find out next time, so join me then. Please like and favorite this video if you enjoyed it, if you learned something, if you will be continuing to play Rogue Legacy, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.